Welcome, we're back. How's everybody doing? Another day in the market. Highs, you're definitely in an uptrend, so it's literally good. Literally, I don't know why I say literally so much. You're literally fine on, that's so funny, I need to somebody clip that. Welcome. We're back. I'm feeling pretty good right now for multiple reasons. All right, for multiple reasons, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm really excited for this stream. Hopefully you are too. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah, this picture is kind of my mood right now. But yeah, what's up everybody in the chat? I'm gonna go over everything we're gonna talk about in a second here. But what's up, JG, Austin, Homeless, Zillionaire, Medi, Skip, T. Luge, Barasan, Linta Glenn, Cheddar Freeze, who made the song that we're listening to right now. Skip, T. Lou, Lewis, Brad, Ty, Buku Bird. What is up? All right, this is how I'm feeling for multiple reasons. We're gonna get to everything. First off, okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin is back above $58,000 for the first time since May of this year. All right, so what, like 5 months, pretty much exactly. It took Bitcoin, went from pretty much the same exact price all the way down to 29K, and 5 months later, Bitcoin is back. As of literally 1 minute ago, it's back above 58K. Right now, it's right at 58K. It was a few seconds ago. So kind of a historical moment on stream right now for Bitcoin. That is really cool. It's the highest high of this current rally that Bitcoin is seeing. Man, I just wish I would have called it. Oh, wait. Was there an alert at all the way down here at 43? Oh yeah, Bitcoin's up 33% since the entry. Just let's see how long ago. It was pretty much like right around over here, like two weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think almost 3 weeks now. 32%, 33%. Good stuff, Bitcoin. Let me put some other music on really quickly. Give me a second. All right, so we're starting off the stream happy about Bitcoin, but there's a lot of other things I'm happy about right now, which we're gonna go over. So let's just start off with Bitcoin, which is, it's moving. I mean, it would be amazing if we could hit the second target tonight live on stream. That would just be like a cherry on top. It's let's see. It's only 2% away from the second target of this trade, which would be a 36% profit. Oh my gosh. Hopefully, we're less than $1,000 away from the second target of this trade. If anybody else cares, that's exciting to me. So yeah, good stuff. Bitcoin on the 4-hour. Isn't it like we talked about this 2 nights ago, the triple hidden bullish divergence, this demand line, that it did actually kind of have a little bit of a fake out under, and then there you go. I mean, all of this started off of a bullish Gartley with a higher low double bottom, and even before that, off of kind of this white coffee in the area. It's not really like actual, I mean, on lower time frames it might be. I think Mitch Ray was talking about that back over here. There was even, if anybody remembers, the falling wedge that we were talking about. It's just amazing. Good job. I was gonna say good stuff, but I kind of mixed it up with job. So good job, Bitcoin. I have my alert set. We'll see if it hits the second target of the trade. Let me go full screen. And just to finish crypto, the other altcoin trade, UMA, it's up 4% since the entry, almost 5%. Good. Hopefully it can keep going, kind of have like a double bullish hammer pattern right over here. I mean, technically, I don't think these are hammers because the bodies are too large, but it's similar psychology. And yeah, crypto, good job right now. So what else? What else am I happy about tonight? Well, first off, futures are green. I don't think we've had green futures this week so far while I was live on stream. It's like every single night the futures have been red while I was streaming. Right now futures are up about 1/3%, which is really nice to see. After the S&P being up 1/3% today, the NASDAQ being up 3/4%, the IWM being up 0.5%, the ARK ETF being up 1.5%. Who watched Monday night stream? Who watched it? Where I said I think either Tuesday or Wednesday we're going to see a bounce. Well, it was Wednesday, and technicals are looking better, and I'm gonna go over that in a second here while we talk about the market. So, and then even after we talk about the market, which I'll probably spend 10 minutes talking about, CLOV, we got some updates on the chart. Another relatively flat day, but the price action is really starting to show some signals, especially on the 1-hour chart, which I'm gonna look at. And FSR is inches away from breaking out again, back over that 1450 level. And it's almost like we talked about this the last 2 nights on stream. FSR showing that 4-hour hidden bullish divergence, which is now confirmed. The falling wedge on the 1-hour. If you're a premium member, we made 100% profit this week on FSR options. Like, I think FSR is my biggest trade of the week so far. So yeah, good all around. Futures are green. Bitcoin's at its highest level in 5 months. CLOV and FSR are showing new variables. I mean, on top of everything they've already been showing. A couple other things I want to talk about. PROG, which was technically a break-even trade on the sheet, hit my initial target for 32% profit. So much going on. And on top of all that, okay, we're going to talk about the market in a second. On top of all that, this is a milestone stream, okay? You have a milestone every single 500 subs, and tonight's a milestone stream. We had 3,500 subscribers. So vibes in the chat for all of you subscribing to the stream. Thank you so much for 3,500 subs. That's amazing. Appreciate all of you subscribing to the stream. If you're not subscribed, help us stay above 3,500 and hit that subscribe button. We're slightly above it right now. I think we're like 3,505 or something. So yeah, vibes in the chat for 3,500 subs. And let me see what's in the chat before I look at the overall market. I mean, since right over here, this day over here, I mean, if we're going to be honest, I mean, we did have March 5th. We also had May 14th. Those were 2 other days where I was trying to call bottoms on the market. March 5th, go on my Twitter. I tweeted out I'm super bullish. Also May 14th, I think. May 12th. Yeah, kind of like May 12th or 13th is when I was bullish on the overall market again after it had a 10% correction. Almost. I think I had like an 8.5 on the NASDAQ. So once again, I mean, since right over here, I've been heavily, kind of in this whole entire area, I was just letting the market. We were saying every single night the market's just on autopilot, kind of like a cheddar freeze term right there. And then you started getting this pullback. But since this day over here, I've been spending more time talking about the market. And if you've been watching the stream since September 20th, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back too much, but I've been looking at these charts like all day. I haven't looked at the indices this much probably since like March, and I'm pretty happy with how I've been anticipating what the market's going to be doing in literally the short term. Of course, I'm still a little bit confused midterm, but we're going to talk about the market in a second here. Let me read the chat and I'll explain all of that further. So let's see. Thank you for all the vibes. DF says music brings energy to the chat, vibes. Whoa! Whoa! That's like the first tip in a while, Nerve. Wow. Thank you so much for the $35 dollar tip for the 3,500 of you subscribing. FTM forever is the message. Nerve, been here literally like almost since day one, like forever. Thank you so much for all the support, all the tips, all the nice words. More vibes in the chat. The chat's just getting filled with vibes. YouTube probably thinks like we have bots in the chat or something. So hopefully nobody gets banned. I don't have any auto bots on or auto moderators, but vibes in the chat for Nerve with the $35 tip. I mean, the mood's good. I mean, I don't know if you watched last night's stream, even kind of the one before. My vibe was a little bit off. Just been a lot of different things. Just really long days, and honestly, I talked about this last night on stream. Monday and Tuesday were not too good for me in the market, even though if you're a premium member, you were doing well probably. I was just kind of doing some other trades I didn't even share with anybody else, and they were just not working out. But today, I was able to actually make back my Monday and Tuesday losses, and a little bit more. But yeah, I'm just feeling good. I'm feeling good right now. So thank you again so much for the $35, Nerve. Let's see what's up in the chat before we look at the market. And then CLOV, and then Fisker, and then the ongoing trades. A lot to talk about. I don't know if we're gonna have time for take requests tonight. Maybe like we'll do a few towards the end, but I'm just a lot for me to cover tonight. So yeah, also I forgot to say is hit that like button if you didn't already. It would mean a lot. I know I said every single night, but it means a lot every single night. I did say your name 2 times, Skip Tilu. Now I said it 3 times. Charles says, what does it mean on the MA cross when the green overlaps the red and the red overlaps the green? It depends on what your green MA is and what your red MA is. You know, I don't know what moving averages are your green and your red. If you're talking about the MACD, I turned my signal lines off, but I think that's blue and orange. Yeah, they're blue and orange, so I'm a little bit confused. Unless you're just talking about the MACD histograms, I'm a little bit confused on that. Oh, you're talking about death cross and golden crosses. That's pretty much golden cross is your short-term moving average moving above your long-term moving average, and death cross is your short-term moving average moving below your long-term moving averages. Typically, you're going to hear a 50 moving average moving over the 200 will be a golden cross, and then you're going to hear a 50 moving under the 200 will be a death cross. I just said a lot of words very quickly, so I might have mixed up some of them. I'm sorry if I did. I slept for like 5 hours last night. So yeah, all right. Charles says, I use the same indicators you do. I finished the course yesterday. Awesome. If you didn't watch the course yet, it's super expensive. I had to put a lot of money, you know, I had to put the course behind a paywall because of all the content in it. It's 3.5 hours. It could change your trading career forever. So yeah, I mean, it's a very expensive course. It's $0 whole dollars, and the link's in the description. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. All right. Still only have 30 likes. I don't know what's going on. Let's get to 40. Let's talk about the market now. Let me just talk about charts for the next half an hour. Okay. Yeah. So, quick recap over here. On this day, I said I was short-term bullish, but I was cautious, and I thought that there would only be a small rally that happened. Then I became bearish over here again because of lower time frames. We had a pretty large dip. Then right over here, I think this was last week, I said I was bullish again on the market. We had a very nice rally off that low. Over here, I don't think I said I was bearish. I think I said I was 50-50 on this high. But then over here on Monday night, which was actually right over here, I said between either Tuesday or Wednesday, I think we're going to see a little bit of a bounce. And we saw that today. This morning, we had CPI numbers. It was nothing to write home about. And then at 2 p.m., we had FOMC minutes. Really nothing to talk about as well over there. Thank you for subscription. So really not much of anything, really not much of a change in inflation and, you know, from the Fed's stance. So yeah, I think that was good. I think that's actually good because it could be argued we're already pricing in what the Fed has already said about tapering, but still anything can change. So keep an eye out on the market. We have earnings coming up in the next couple of weeks for a lot of different stocks. And what's going on with the market, all right? daily, I'll just start off with the daily. You still are retesting the level you broke, which is 4370. However, futures are up. If they can stay up overnight, then maybe you can gap above that level. But you're just, this was your support, 4370 over here. Then if you zoom into a few of these candles, it was your resistance. And then yesterday and today, it was your resistance. However, you closed just under it. It's not like you hit the top and then you had a huge pullback off it like you did yesterday. On the 4 hour, actually, let's go over to the S&P futures chart. Remember, we also talked about this last night on stream. Did we not talk about the hidden bullish divergence, the potential inverse head and shoulders on the S&P 500 futures, and look what's happening? I mean, you could chart the same thing on the regular S&P chart. That's just where I decided to chart it. So, I mean, if you just put a left shoulder here and a right shoulder here, kind of the same thing. And yeah, let me go over to the SPY because that's where I have the low time frames charted. I shared this on Twitter today. You have 1 hour hidden bullish divergence breakout of this falling wedge. There were a couple of fake outs to the downside, so hopefully it's not a fake out to the upside. But there you go. We talked about this last night. I said there's hidden bullish divergence on lower time frames for a lot of different stocks and for the market. That's playing out right now, okay? So hopefully you can get above 436 on the SPY between tomorrow and Friday, and then 4370 on the S&P 500 actual index. In terms of the NASDAQ, I think it actually closed back above. So you could see over here, right? The S&P closed under its important level just slightly. The NASDAQ actually closed slightly above its important level. You could see it was kind of a low from over here. It was your low on this day and your low on this day. You used it as resistance yesterday, but today you closed above it after being under it in the morning. That's good. I haven't actually looked at the NASDAQ on lower time frames. Looks pretty similar to the S&P 500 though. All right. So that's pretty much it for the large cap stocks. Let's talk about small caps now. IWM is still just kind of in this symmetrical triangle. I think Anna pointed this out recently in the Discord, and I decided to change my chart to look like this. Good. You were green today. You're kind of still just in the middle of this triangle, pretty neutral, but if you zoom out, you're still very bullish. If that makes sense, you're still in an uptrend. So just kind of consolidation for small caps. But to be fair, that's not bad, because for large caps, we've been seeing a pullback, but for small caps, we've just been kind of seeing sideways price action. All right, and then the ARK ETF has actually pulled back with the large caps. So you're kind of seeing like large caps and mid caps have pulled back pretty much since September 1st or September 7th up until now, while pretty much for last month, small caps were kind of going sideways. All right, so for the ARK ETF, highest candle close since September 27th. And we talked about this as was happening. The deep crab with the descending broadening wedge with classic bullish divergence on the 1 hour. I mean, wow, technicals are so fake. Go figure why the ARK bottomed right over here. I mean, we talked about it the day that it happened. If you're a premium member, we traded options on that bottom. All right, so good stuff on the ARK. Nice little potential higher low here for the first time in a while. And that's really my thoughts on the market. I think there could be more room to the upside in the short term, but we'll have to see. I mean, if futures flip overnight and then you open under that 3070, or sorry, that's so wrong. If you open under that 4370 level on the S&P 500 and you just start flushing again, that's where things get a little bit confusing, because then you've rejected that level 3 days in a row, and your next major support would just be your previous swing low at 4279. So I think we can get back above this level either tomorrow or on Friday, but if we cannot, because I don't know the future, if we cannot, then there's room all the way back down to the low from September, or the low from October 4th. I don't know why I said September. All right, so that's my thoughts on the market. Apart from that, the US 10-year has been pulling back off of the level we talked about on Monday night, which is a low from 2015 right over here. Go figure why it's pulling back right under that after having a very nice run. And then the VIX, still technically making higher lows, but today was the lowest close for the VIX since September 27th. So that's good. Look at this. This is another interesting level. You could see this 20.62 level. You bottomed off of it these 3 days, and then you closed right around it or you opened on these 2 days, but you kind of used that as resistance. Now you're pulling back under that level. So I'll keep that on my chart as well. All right. I'd love to see the VIX make a lower low within the next couple of weeks. All right. That's my thoughts on the market. I know I've been giving a lot of direct, I'm not going to say predictions, but probabilities over the past couple of weeks. And thankfully, most of them have done pretty well in terms of my predictions for the market or probabilities. Currently, I just kind of said I think we can go a little bit higher between either tomorrow and Friday. If we don't, then there's room to flush back down to the recent swing low. So I'm like 60-40. That's kind of my bias right now in terms of how bullish I am. 60% bullish, I'd say. But you got to break above those levels for me to get more bullish that I just talked about. All right, that's my thoughts on the market. Keep hitting that like button. Hopefully that was educational and insightful. Let's talk about CLOV now and then FSR. All right. So let me know how you're doing in the chat. Hit the like button if you did not already. And we got a lot more to talk about. All right. DF says champ in a really good move. We love him, man. Yeah, I mean, I could, stream every single night and act like this even when I don't feel like this, but you could, I'm sure most of you can tell when I'm in a better mood, and I'm never like in a bad mood when I'm streaming, but when I'm just, kind of boring. I get really boring when I'm not like excited. When I am excited, hopefully this is not super boring tonight. Bank earnings kick off tomorrow, says Cheddar Freeze. Bitcoin still around 58k. All right, let's talk about CLOV now. We're gonna start off. I'm just gonna give it like a quick summary before we actually look into everything. CLOV is consolidating right now after a very nice run up. Again, just some history, recent history. I mean, there's obviously a lot of history from the swing trade off the bullish crab PCZ. If you're a premium member, we traded this huge green day and this huge green day back in April. We even traded options on the move up to all-time highs. I remember somebody in premium made 500% overnight that night, and I was an idiot and I sold it right before the next day, but then I made some money. I'm not going to go that much into the past. Let's talk about a little bit more recently, okay? You had the white cough. It played out 50% in 20 days, fun times. Then you had a price downgrade to $7. Got really close to it. But I think Medi and Chet Free talk about it all the time. Pretty much they have a year, but sold off pretty harshly on just declining volume. And then you got down to certain areas where I had a Back to the Future themed stream last week. You can go back to it still on my channel, where I said I think CLOV is roughly bottoming out. I was off by a little bit, but I wasn't trying to predict it like to the cent. I was just saying I think it's in the general bottoming area. And then a few days went by and some more variables appeared. And if you've been watching the stream, if you follow me on Twitter, we talked about how you had classic bullish divergence on the daily right over here at the bottom. We talked about how you bounced off of 7 3 days in a row right at the bottom. We talked about the 4-hour classic bullish divergence at the bottom. And we talked about harmonics lining up at that level, such as the bullish scuffed butterfly perfectly hitting the 1618, bouncing at that PCZ once, twice, 3 times. And then also on the 30-minute, for a cherry on top, you had the alternate that you could probably throw us on a higher time frame. I just kind of separate my patterns between time frames. So yeah, I mean, super surprising that it bounced here. Of course, you had really good help last Friday with the CMS star approval, 3.5 stars, all that good stuff. So now we're all caught up. You've had a nice run. You ran up. I think Monday was pretty much the high so far of this rally. You've spent yesterday and today consolidating. Now on Monday night stream, or actually no, on Tuesday night stream? No, yeah, Monday. On Monday night stream, I talked about you were right up over here, and I was saying look for a potential cup and handle roughly if there's some sort of dip, and I said look for 785 to potentially act as your first support. Why? Because it was your bottom here and here. It was your closest support from the spot price on Monday when I was talking about it on the stream, and that's pretty much what happened. It went down to 780, and you bounced off of it, and yeah, could be handling when it comes to a potential cup and handle. If it breaks over 820 with confirmation, then you have a breakout. It has not done that yet. It might not do that before this pattern fails, but hopefully it does. And on low time frames for CLOV, all right, I think the 15 minutes already played out, maybe, yeah. All right, on the 30-minute for CLOV, you have hidden bullish divergence. What does that imply? Okay, from the low on this red island, which was right over here, to the lows on this red island, which is, I don't know, my stream's lagging, but which is right over here, you made a higher low. Okay, let me just throw a green line there so you can see. Made a higher low on price, while you made a lower low on your oscillators from this red island to the next one, and from this RSI valley to the next one, very slightly. All right, So you have hidden bullish divergence on the 30-minute chart. We'll see if that can do anything tomorrow. Obviously, the market can override that or help it. Same thing on the 1 hour, hidden bullish divergence developing. And look at this. I shared this on Twitter today. You could chart these lines a little bit differently. It's just in general, it's pretty clear. You're getting lower highs and higher lows on the 1 hour chart. If you chart it like this, it did break out right before the close, but I don't know. I mean, you could just chart it wick to wick and it didn't yet. So it just depends on how you want to chart it. But in general, just consolidating, you know, I'm just using this to kind of get a visual on what the price action is. I'm not really trading just off of this. But we talked about those other levels, right? So we talked about 820, which is your neckline of the cup and handle from this high over here and roughly this high. And then on the 4 hour, you have 812, which we talked about earlier. You still have yet to close a single 4 hour candle above 812. It's been right under that the whole entire week. So 812, okay? 2-day support over here, or 2 4 hour candles support over here. Kind of your support on these 2 4 hour candles. Your resistance on these 2 4 hour candles. Got a little bit above it over here, but close right under 812. Same thing over here. Close both of these candles just under 812. 812, all right? 812 is that first level, and then you still have 820, which is the neckline. So, you know, let's say I just chart 820 here. Okay, this is pretty much the zone, all right, that you'd want CLOV to break above. Let me actually just keep this on my 4 hour chart 1 second. All right, so this is the zone that you'd want to see CLOV break above. If it cannot break above it, then we talked about this last night. Different things can happen. I don't think it made it, actually might have made a 38% retrace. Yeah, it did. It actually made a perfect 38% retrace. So, I mean, a bat would be possible if it went all the way back down towards the low sevens, if it can't break above that 820 during the duration of this potential cup and handle with the hidden bullish divergence. All right, nice volume in the last half an hour of the day for CLOV. And yeah, okay, it really barely moved today, but I'm just giving you an update on how the oscillators are moving, how the cup and handle could be developing. On the daily, there really isn't much of a difference at all. Okay, so those are very short-term time frames. Yeah, Skip T Lou with the $10 tip. That's the 4th time I'm saying your name now. It says been a while, too early for tea time. Got the Trading View mug right over here. Thank you very much for the $10 tip. Let's get some vibes in the chat. Or Skip T Lou, hope you're doing well. Thank you for the tip. Yeah, so that's CLOV 2-day chart. Looks, again, you could chart this on the daily. I just like splitting up my patterns between the time frames. Look at that. Look at the similarities. I mean, we've been talking about this for over a week, I think, at this point. I think I first shared this on the Back to the Future stream. So yeah, I mean, again, I said this before, and I'm just being as honest as possible. If it went down to like over here, I would have just done this, because again, I'm not trading off of this. I'm just using it as a visual. But yeah, I'm just kind of moving these lines to fit how the price action is going. I do not do that with a lot of different technicals, but just for a visual, I'm doing it right over here. So yeah, there's your visual of what's happening. And that's CLOV. We'll see. I'd love to see a close above 820 tomorrow if those lower time frames can play out, but keep an eye on the market and maybe it gaps down. Like, I don't know what the future is. I'm just giving you probabilities for whatever happens. Remember, you don't, all right, I've used to say this all the time, but you don't need to know what's going to happen in the market next, because guess what? You cannot know what's going to happen in the market next. So stop trying to predict everything, every single next move. A lot of people do that. You know, you'd probably be right. Hopefully you're right like half the time, but again, that's a 50-50 edge, right? There's no edge to a 50-50, right? Instead, use probabilities and react, right? React to the variables that you see when you get confirmation, all right? So that's just what I'm doing here, all right? So that's CLOV. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Fisker. Yeah, it's right on the cusp. Okay, we talked about this last 2 nights on stream. 4 hour hidden bullish divergence, broke out of this down sloping channel, broke out of a 1 hour falling wedge. I alerted this to premium members as a call option trade, like right around this area, and those call options doubled in like a day or two. So yeah, you had a break, hook, and go, which we talked about last night on stream on that 1 hour falling wedge, and on your go, you went to the next resistance, which was 1455. It was the support from the Wyckoff trade back in January, which was obviously very legendary. And you're just testing. You got above it for a little bit. I think you did close both 4-hour candles under it or right around it. So you're just testing the level. Hopefully you can start really confirming above like 1460, 1465. And then even last night we talked about on the daily, they're very small islands, but if you really want to zoom in, you do have some hidden bullish divergence developing on the daily for Fisker. So yeah, I Fisker calls my most profitable trade this week so far. They kind of saved me a little bit today after having 2 red days. And I actually still have some Fisker calls. Actually, I took some profits and I re-entered some different options. So I'm hoping it breaks above it. I mean, I'm managing my risk. There's no certainty that it will, but all right. We'll see. I mean, finally Fisker has an edge and made that nice. I think, what was it, like a 20% move? Let me see. So since the alert at like 13, it made, from the alert to the high, it made a 23% move. Then it just pulled back and there just wasn't an edge until like 2 days ago. Now you have an edge. All right. So there's your Fisker. Another stock, PROG. Okay. It hit the target after hours, I believe. This was a break even on the sheet. Let's see if we could find, I mean, I'm not even going to waste time there. All right. This was alerted, I think, right around the middle of September. At one point since the entry, it went up 10%, it went up 13%. Then it came back down to the entry. It's a rule of the sheet. Trade goes up over 10%, comes back down to the entry. It goes as a break even on the sheet. Doesn't mean you have to break even. It's just how I run the sheet. And I just like having rule parameters around the sheet. When it comes to the actual swing trade weekly sheet, which I'm going to look at in a second here with all of you, I just follow rules. I don't put my emotions into things. And I never put my emotions into things, but how do I put that better? Whenever things change during the trade, you know, that's where I go to the Discord, to Twitter, to the stream sometimes, and that's when I tell you, you know, certain things. For example, when the CLOV swing failed, I said on Discord, I said on Twitter, I said on stream that none of the technicals changed. I was still just as bullish and that I was still personally in. I said that at $7.10. Okay. So that's where I talk about those things. But when it comes to the actual sheet, it's just whatever happens, happens. I throw it onto the sheet. So unfortunately it did that, but then it actually went a little bit under the entry. It went down, like 7%. So that did save you from a 7% for a couple of days. Went back down to that support, which it bottomed at twice in August and September, and green every single day since, and boom, hit that first target. Can't put it on the sheet again because it's how I run the sheet, but just want to update just for education. Okay, this is what happens when you have all these variables aligned, and boom, there might have been a catalyst. I actually have no clue what's been going on. I'm sure there might be some sort of a catalyst, but regardless, the technicals were there first. And again, that crazy coincidence, the whole entire year we've been talking about, technicals start showing bullish signs, boom, a catalyst comes out. I mean, even last week with CLOV in the star ratings or whatever. It's cool. Of course, it's not going to happen all the time. It's just cool when they align. That's what I love the most in trading. But yeah. So we're going to talk about the rest of the ongoing swings just for newer people in the stream, because we got a few new subscribers in the last 24 hours. This is a weekly sheet I'm talking about. I share it at the market close every single day on Discord and Twitter. Honestly, it's been pretty 50-50 for the last like month or so. And, you know, the market has been kind of just going down for the last month or so. But again, you know, when the market was having the March 5th correction and when the market was having the May correction, let me say pullback. They weren't technically corrections, but pullbacks, you know, the sheet did not look like this. The sheet was like all red because my risk management was just not as good back then. Now, market's kind of doing the same exact thing. 5-6% pullback on the S&P is exactly what you had in May. You had a 4%. This is actually a larger pullback than what we had in May for the S&P, and the sheet looked way worse over here if you go back. So yeah, I know. I talk about this all the time. A lot of people really only care about like wins and stuff, especially if you're putting out like public charts and swing ideas and whatnot. Of course, not financial advice, but just want to remind you all, risk management, okay? This is impressive to me that most stocks are declining, you know, on an average compared to the large indices. And, you know, there's still some green there. So I just want to reiterate these ideas in everybody's minds. So yeah, I know the swings haven't been the best lately, but remember, just compared to the past, I shared this with the Discord and on Twitter last Friday. My brother took all the winning trades and losing trades off the 48 weeks, I think, or 47 weeks off the sheet. And if you were to add up every single one of the like the winning trades, which are the neon green ones, and the losing trades, which are the neon red ones, over the course of week 5 to 45. And I say week 5 because that's when I started sharing the losses too. Week 4, I was just kind of sharing my profits. But week 5 to I think like 47 or 48, if you add up all the winning trades, the neon green ones, the ones that hit targets, and the losing ones, the ones that get stopped, 3,000% roughly in profits on the winning trades, and about 1,000% roughly in losses on the losing trades as a sum. Now, this is like crazy to me because what's the ratio on that? It's a 3 to 1 ratio. And what have I been talking about over the past year that I learned from Mitch Ray? And what do we look for on most of our trades? It's the reward to risk. Look how it plays out. Okay, look how it plays out over weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. It just averages out. It was just really cool for me to see that. So again, you know, it might be not the best for the swings in the short term, but again, it's not what happens week to week. It's what your sheet looks like at the end of the year, what the overall percentages are. Just wanted to share that stat with all of you. And yeah, in the short term, I know I'm only sharing like day trades and options trades with premium members, because it's a lot for me on top of everything I'm already doing to be sharing shorter term trades with everybody on Twitter and 2,000 people in the Discord. I'm going to be getting a lot of questions during the day about every single thing. And on top of trading myself and doing college, it's just pretty much nearly impossible for me to do that. But you know, the swings haven't been doing great, but I want all of you to adapt. Even if you're not in premium, I have 2 videos in the course. I have a 1-hour video on options trading and a 30-minute video from a workshop about how I trade, you know, options and day trade options. So they're in the course for free. 1.5 hours of education on how I was able to do this. But in roughly the last week, we're currently out of the last 11 trades, 9 of them have been winners. Like, and again, the market's been going down. I mean, I think Friday might have been, I don't even remember. I think Friday was red for the market. What was last Friday? Yeah, Friday was red. So you had 3 red days. Like, again, the point of this is to make all of you think, right? I feel like there's a lot of people who are just sitting here waiting for, you know, maybe like a January type market to come back. Like, you can profit whether the market's up, down, or sideways, okay? And for new people, when you know, you're probably thinking, how can you profit when something's moving sideways? Options. There's certain strategies, but yeah, all right. So I'm just trying to share all these different things, whether you're in premium or not. I'm trying to bring all these statistics up to you to encourage all of you to start learning. And that's the point of me streaming every single night. That's the point of the course. That's the point of the Discord. So yeah, with all that being said, we can go over the rest of the ongoing trades. And then we'll probably have some time for tick requests. All right. So we already talked about FSR. VIPS, which was alerted, I think, on Monday, is up, but was up 4% today. I think it's up like 2% since the entry. Nice. Highest daily candle close for VIPS since September 27th. On the weekly, again, you have the major 2-year long bullish bat. Last week was a nice candle, first green candle in like a month for this stock. Just, again, it could take a long time. It could go back into a, you know, a negative percent, back into a positive percent. All that matters is where it ends up. So nice day, 4% on VIPS. It's really not much of a technical change here towards the highs of the week so far. Yeah, pretty much the same technical since Monday. NEO was up 2% today, so green day for the swings. NEO was up 2% since the entry. It broke out of this wedge after hitting the PCC of a bullish bat with triple classic bullish divergence and just kind of going sideways overall. So hopefully it can actually start getting above 37. That's really it. PBR was also up 3% today. Still technically also just kind of going sideways since it was alerted. I mean, it is up 3% since the entry, and it did break out of the wedge. So hopefully PBR can get above 1150. NEO can get above 37. VIPS can just keep going. And then finally, TRIP, it was down 1% today. It's still just around the entry, just going sideways. So it's a little bit iffy on the swings. Just waiting for a better swing market in general. And yeah, I'm just trying to share as many different things as I can. I mean, on Sunday I didn't stream. I streamed last Friday, but I did a call. Everybody in the Discord was allowed to join it, and on that call, I made my weekly watch list that I send to premium members. And on that watch list, this was one of the stocks that I found on Sunday night while I was in the Discord call. I think only like 5 or 6 people joined out of 2,000 people. But for the 5 or 6 people who joined, this was one of the stocks that that showed up on my scanner. Look at this. WTRH was up 58% today, and look what happened. It just was pretty much breaking out of this wedge yesterday, and there probably was the catalyst for this to go up 58%, but again, more education. Look at those things aligning. I didn't share this as a swing because I don't really like sharing like penny stocks as swings. Back in the day when I had a smaller following, sometimes I did. Now I kind of just try not to for the most part, unless it has like really high volume and a higher market cap. But yeah, it was on the watch list. There you go. And whoa, another one. Now I'm saying Skip Tlu for the 5th time tonight. More vibes in the chat for Skip Tlu with the $10 tip. Says bottoms up with the tea. I have beer, so I gotta wait 2 more years or 1.5 more years to join you with the beer. But thank you. Hopefully you enjoy your beer. All right. Thank you for the $10 tip. Let's get some vibes in the chat for Skip Tlu. And that pretty much concludes my thoughts on the market, CLOV, FSR, the ongoing trades, PROG, which 32% target was hit, even though the sheet kind of screwed it over a little bit. And Bitcoin is even higher since I started streaming. Literally right now it's the highest level on Bitcoin since all the way over here in May. Like as I'm speaking, highest level. So we're watching Bitcoin create a new run live. I mean, it's happening as we speak. It's just moving. Look at it go. Love to see it. Bitcoin is the reason I started trading, so I'm always rooting for Bitcoin. So let me see what's up in the chat while we watch the 1-minute chart on Bitcoin and see everything I missed. Keep hitting that like button. Let's get to 50 likes. I know we haven't got there yet, but something tells me we can get to it in like 20 seconds if 5 people hit the like button. I'm not the best at math, but I think that's how it works. Plug had an upgrade today, that's why big gap. Yeah, crazy. Ford also had an upgrade by Goldman Sachs, but only from 15 to 17. The guy says if you were to add up all the ideas Mehdi put out, you would be bankrupt. I don't think that's true, but yeah, nice comment, I guess. Maybe not a nice comment, I don't know. Mehdi says comps to operate a beating champ after such a great year he had since all the stop losses are public. Yeah, but the thing is, I can still go out on Twitter and on the stream and on Discord and say I'm still in and the technicals are still bullish. I mean, it does hurt when things, you know, get screwed over by like the smallest margin. That's why I always gotta adapt as a trader. Yeah, it blows my mind that the 3-to-1 worked out over the course of a year, despite the ups and the downs. A lot of ups for sure for the market, but it was just really cool to me. What else is in the chat? So yeah, well, we got 49 likes, not too far. And futures are kind of still up about 30%, so not much of a change there. Let me get off the 1-minute chart. Sorry for that. 1-minute chart stressed me out so much. Look, and as soon as I go back over to the daily chart, it actually starts moving back up. Or I can't just tell because it's not the 1 minute, but yeah. All right, so that's really the recap for everything today. I'll do like a few take requests. I'm really not gonna do that many. I didn't sleep that much last night and I have a really long day tomorrow again, so I'll do a few, like literally a few, like 5 or 6. So whatever the first 5 or 6 I see, yeah, I'll look at. Nothing is financial advice. Don't request anything up over 30% today. And yeah. Do like 2 or 3 more. Yeah, keep hitting that like button if you didn't already. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you're not on the Discord, join the Discord. And follow me on Twitter at Champion Vibe. How quickly did I just say that? Facebook. I'll take a couple more. Last chance. Anybody, you still got a chance. Excellent. I don't know what just happened. It said my stream ended, then it says I have excellent connection. Am I still here? Hopefully I am. All right, that's gonna be it. Whatever I just typed into my watch list, that's it for the night. All right, had a mini crash. We're still good. All right. ID, there's not a lot of data for me to work with here. You do have some classic bullish divergence developing. On the daily, you are oversold on the daily RSI. Last time you oversold on the daily RSI, there was a 42% bounce, and you did have a bullish pin bar today. So you got variables. I don't really see any important levels that it's at, but these are quickly your levels that I see. All right, so that is ID. Fib levels on this. Medi, you know how to do this. I think Medi requested it. Unless you're wanting to look at that. Yeah, it's trying to hold the 0.618. Let's see if it did anything after hours. Went down another 2% after hours. So that's your fibs for DATS. OPTT. I like that it bounced off that 180 level again. Potential hidden bullish divergence on the daily right now. And these are the next levels I see. That's pretty much all I got for OPTT. Facebook, we talked about this last night, I think. Bullish pin bar off the 200-day moving average. I think it gapped up a little bit today and then pulled back a little bit. It looks good to me above 315. Hopefully it can just hold that. The next resistance is 337.5. UAVS, classic bullish divergence pretty much on the daily, on the MACD, and definitely on the RSI. Look at that. All right, so 268, which is kind of where it bottomed at. It was your support like right over here in early December of last year. Yeah, I already have the levels charted, so that's UAVS. NXTD, those are your levels. I don't really see much apart from those levels. CPNG, probably just redraw lines now because it's not really doing much. I mean, maybe if you look at it like this, it broke out of this down sloping channel and now it's trying to back test it. You did have classic bullish divergence, but now your MACD is waning again. I would just like to see it hold this general area. I mean, it's very simple. I would just like to see it hold that general area. PROG. I always gotta check if these things moved after hours. It doesn't look like it did. Kind of close right at this level, which was the low from June 3rd. Those are kind of like your daily levels that I see. And if we go to lower time frames, I'd probably just use Fibonacci. I mean, I don't see any clear areas here. So swing low up to the swing high, extend it out. Those are your Fib levels. Thought it would show it if I did that, but it doesn't. DNN. I just like to see us hold above 150. It was this high from over here, kind of the high on these three candles. Broke back above it yesterday on nice volume. You're testing it again. Next resistance is 180. Previous high over here and previous high from February 17th. So that is DNN. It was even almost your high in 2014 and in 2012, and it was your high in 2009. Look at that, 180. Gets above 180, then 196 is the next level from this high in 2009, this low in 2011, this high in 2012. So those are your levels. And you actually do have hidden bullish divergence on the daily. And then final one, snow. it just is continuing to make higher highs and higher lows, which is actually surprising to me. Hidden bullish divergence on the daily MACD and RSI. It's testing this. If it breaks above, like, honestly, it's trying to. If it can hold above 328, there's not much resistance till 360. This was a high from February 10th and almost from February or January 8th. So yeah, if it can't break this level, then I'd say this support's around like 291 at this point, which is kind of where it had this fake out at. Right, also hidden bullish divergence right there. So there you go. Sorry for not doing that many take requests tonight. I did a bunch last night. I'm just really tired right now. It's been an amazing stream. Thank you again so much for 3,500 subscribers. Thank you, Nerve and Skip Tilu, for the tips. If you're not on the Discord, links in the description. Join the Discord. And if you are in the Discord already, please chat, okay? And let us know in feedback how we can improve the Discord. There's a lot of inactivity in the Discord lately. It's just been very dry. So if you are in the Discord, say what's up. You don't have to even talk about stocks. Go to the social chat and just give an update on how your life's going. If you have any questions, ask. There's no stupid questions in trading. All of us had stupid questions when we were learning trading, but that's how we learned how to trade. So don't feel shy to ask about anything. We're all here to help you out. That's the whole entire point of the movement. It takes 1 minute to type something in chat, and it just makes it a better environment for everybody. So if you're on the Discord, join the Discord. If you are on the Discord, say what's up. And yeah, we got to get out of this desert. It feels like a desert in the Discord right now. So, all right. Thank you for all the support tonight. I'll be live again tomorrow night at 9 p.m. Maybe a little bit late tomorrow night. I might get home late. But yeah, thank you for all the support. Peace out.